All right, I want to thank everyone for coming here this afternoon, this New Year's Eve. Here with me today is Raul Garcia, who happens to be the attorney for the family, the Bolivar family. And with us today we have Paola Bolivar, the sister of Diana Bolivar, who is the victim in this case. We're here because of a tragic incident that's occurred in our community again. For the second time within the last month, there has been a tragic tragedy in our community because of domestic violence. Domestic violence has claimed the lives of 2 women within the last month in this community. Today we're talking about Diana Bolivar. Just last month in November, we were talking about Edna Gerarte, whose throat was slashed simply because she did not want to leave an abusive relationship by her husband, Aro Gerarte, who claimed his alter ego was the one that did the killing. He not only killed her, but he also killed his son. Today, we're talking about another tragedy in our community, Diana Bolivar. Diana Bolivar was a young 29-year-old Colombian who came to this country to live the American dream and unfortunately paid the ultimate price and lived a nightmare. She lived with her boyfriend, or was going out with her boyfriend for nearly a year, did not denounce many of his aggressions, did not denounce many of his possible domestic violence issues, and paid the ultimate price with her life. 1 out of every 4 women in this country experiences domestic violence in their lifetime. 2 out of every 5 women that experience domestic violence, or that are murdered because of domestic violence, are murdered because of their husband or their boyfriends. This is unacceptable. We're here today because Diana Bolivar paid the ultimate price because she did not denounce this domestic violence, this aggression. We need to stop this domestic violence. Anyone who abuses women, we need to send a loud message to that this is not going to be tolerated. We're here today to ask anyone who has any information on this individual, John Herman Castro Perez, any individual who has any information on this individual, the boyfriend, to please come forward, because we need to find this individual. Now, we know that he may still be here, or he might have gone back to Colombia. So we are reaching out to the Colombian General Counsel here so that he can help us. We've also reached out to Senator Chuck Schumer so that he can get involved in trying to help us try to extradite the individual if he is in Colombia. Senator Chuck Schumer is also trying to help us with various other issues with this case. We've reached out to Senator Schumer to see if he can help us, just in case, if John Castro is in Colombia. This is not only tragic, but we need to start doing something about it. That is why I asked Paola to come here today. We have started a coalition with the clergy, that some of you have been to our first domestic violence march. We've formed a coalition where we're trying to educate the community on domestic violence, and not just the victims, not just women or men, but also those that are the aggressors, individuals that are the ones that cause these type of injuries. We need to educate our community in terms of domestic violence. That's why, again, I'm calling for the creation of the Domestic Violence Task Force up in Albany, so that we can study this issue, so that we can find out what are the existing laws, and we can try to fix those laws, and we can invest money in making sure that we eradicate this problem in our community.
Attorney at the law firm of Dwyer and Bernstein, and we represent the Bolivar family. Thank you all for coming. The Bolivar family will also like to thank Assemblymember Jose Peralta for all his help and for organizing this press conference. We are here today because a 29-year-old woman named Diana Bolivar was murdered. The family believes she was murdered by her boyfriend, like it was mentioned earlier, John Germán Castro Perez. Diana was found in her apartment this last Tuesday, December 29th. Her throat had been slashed and she also had multiple stab wounds. Diana's birthday was December 20th. December 25th, she was to meet with Paola and her family to exchange gifts. She never appeared. Paola called her sister. She called John Germán Castro Perez. Germán indicated to Paola that they had gone away. They were in Atlantic City and that they would be returning during the week. He also indicated at some point that they were in Pennsylvania, in Overlies. At one point he even sent a text message saying, "Little sister, I'm okay. I'll be back next week." So he even tried to send a message as if Diana was communicating with her sister Paola. Again, like the Assembly member mentioned, we are here asking anyone with information to call the authorities. We believe he may be in New York. If he's back in Colombia, he may be in Bogota, Colombia. We understand he comes from a neighborhood called San Diego, Barrio San Diego in Bogota. And like as I mentioned, Paola had been trying to find her sister or communicate since Friday, December 25th, and her body was found in her apartment this last Tuesday.
Mi hermana vino con mucha expectativa de estudiar, de superarse, y todas las personas que la conocimos y tuvimos el privilegio de compartir con ella, sus amigos, las personas del trabajo, pues podemos decir que era una niña muy buena. La misma familia de él le dijo varias veces, porque mi hermana me lo hizo saber, que ella era una niña muy buena para que se metiera con un tipo como él. La misma familia de él lo dijo. Excelente hermana, excelente hija, excelente tía.
Understood that? Excellent daughter, aunt, sister, came here with the idea to study, move ahead. Even at some point, the gentleman, the individual's family even told Diana, "We're not even sure what you are with this man. You're too nice of a person." She was full of life, beautiful smile. You can see it from the picture.
One of the things that we do know is that we need to educate individuals on existing laws. For example, there's a Domestic Violence Act on a federal level that most people don't know or aren't aware of, which says that if you are a victim of domestic violence, if you don't have an immigration status, you can apply for immigration status. Most people, most individuals, most victims, women in particular in the Latino community, aren't aware of this. One of the main reasons that Latina women stay at home is because of immigration status. It's either because of immigration status, it's either because of separation of their family, they don't want to pull away their children, if they have any children, or because they're not, their husband or their significant other is the main breadwinner, and they don't know how to maintain themselves afterwards. So we need to start educating victims on what laws exist. We need to start looking on the state level, what laws do exist to protect women. What are some of the loopholes? And I think that's what this task force is going to actually focus on.